Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and today we have an extra special LEGO Avengers for you. If you've been following along, this happens to be the final story mission in our story series, but we're going to go ahead and take on Level 10, Lost in the Aether story. We are going to get a trophy achievement called Lost in the Aether for completing the level, and we're going to fall extremely short from getting that 360 True Avenger stud requirement there, as you can see by our gold bricks on the right. But we're going to go ahead and take control of our characters here. We've simply hit the continue story from beating level 9, and it dropped us right down into Manhattan here. And even if it drops you onto the helicarrier or anywhere, it doesn't matter where you are. You simply need to go to your options menu and go to space. That's right, we're going to hop in the old Space Quinjet, and we're going to fly up into the atmosphere, and we're going to get to select our level. And for us, it actually went right to it. We didn't have to fly around, look for it, or nothing. It was just right on top of it, and hopefully it'll be just as easy for you. It's pretty easily found. It's a big old Thor head, and this is going to be a level based on the movie Thor: The Dark World, which I just watched yesterday to make sure I kind of knew what I was talking about, because I hadn't watched it before. But we'll go ahead and jump into the level and start off with a cutscene, and we'll talk more about it here in a hot second. Make sure you check this out. This is real weird. Her mouth is moving, but no words are coming out yet.
While Thor was helping us track down Loki, we asked him about any potential threats to Earth. One of his stories was about an ancient race called the Dark Elves, led by Malekith, who attempted to use something called the Aether to bring darkness to the Nine Realms. It sounded kind of serious, but Thor assured us it was all settled thousands of years ago. Why do I still have a bad feeling about this?
Long before the birth of light, there was darkness, and from that darkness came Malekith, a dark elf who millennia ago sought to return our universe back into one of eternal night, using the power of the Aether, an ancient force of infinite destruction. My father vanquished Malekith in a mighty war. It was a tale he recounted so often that he truly lived up to the name King Bor. At the climax of the battle, the Aether was destroyed. Or so we believed, until Jane Foster, Thor's girlfriend from the wrong side of the Bifrost, somehow managed to stumble upon it, waking an ancient evil from his slumber, with only one layabout to defend her, and my favorite son in prison. Asgard was in more peril than it had ever faced.
Haha! Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts, right? Alright, so what's going on here is we are in the Asgardian jail area, and you can see Loki's locked up, so is Stan Lee. It looks like we might be able to freely, if we had some heat ray, which we don't currently have, but we got a couple of Thor's entourage here, as well as Thor, and basically we're just taking out these dark elf guards who have snuck through and made it through. Basically, you can't get into Asgard. There's like some secret passageway needed to get in and out, and somehow these dark elf guards have found their way in. So we'll find out a little bit more about that later, but essentially all you need to do is take out all of the bad guys and then make your way over to the right-hand side, over by this giant gate, and destroy all of the blocks, which are actually going to leave behind some blocks too. And it turns out I believe I need to be Thor in order to take this out. I don't know why. Might have something to do with a hammer or something, but anyways, drop the hammer and bust all the pieces up. And once you get all the bouncing bricks needed, you can actually build up a push lever here. And we're going to go ahead and spin to win on the green side, pressing it around, lifting up this crazy... What is that? I'm not sure what it is, but guess what? Once we open it up, it's a shock panel. Shocking, I know. Well, we'll go ahead and charge Thor's hammer up and pump it up. Oh, nope. We got a little detour here. We got taken out by the bad guys. Well, okay, we'll do a butt slam, and then we'll go ahead and pump it up. Once it's fully charged, it'll go ahead and open the gate for us, and we can advance up and in through parts of Asgard that I've never seen before, up until the movie anyways. It's pretty cool. I feel like after watching the movie, there might have been a little bit of improvisation here as far as some of the levels go. I don't remember a battering ram being built. Maybe I just missed that part. I was kind of editing while I was watching it too, I'll be honest. Yeah, so it seems pretty close, but it's not an exact replica, at least not to my memory anyways. But all right, so we're advancing up the stairs outside of the jail area. We do cut right through another room that we just ran right through. There is some studdage that you could grab in there, which actually we do come fairly close to getting that True Avenger by the end. So you might think about grabbing some extra studdage if you're in a hurry to get those. Otherwise, we'll get a 2x and maybe more red bricks, and we'll come back and we'll tackle this level again in free play. So, all right, we have destroyed a cracked wall on the ground there. It's actually a cracked rock. And now we've got some more access to some things that are blocking our path. And this was kind of weird here. It took me a second to figure it out. There's actually a cracked rock up high there. And I didn't see it right away. I'll be honest. Like, I didn't. And luckily I didn't, because I found a little corner there that had a couple of bluesies and a purple in it. So make sure you sneak into that little passage on the right-hand side. Whew, I almost pulled a Dougie there. Doug is notorious for saying left or writing left when he means right, or vice versa. And, you know, I used to make fun of him a lot for it, and, you know, joke's on me, Insta-Carly, because I ended up having the same issue in the last guide that I wrote. So, all right, we finally find the cracked wall, and it is right in the middle left side. That's right, I got it right. And we'll go ahead and advance up the stairway once we've cracked that wall. And we've got a little bit of an arena here. We got some bad guys coming in. Ooh, I remember that ship flying over. And ooh, that's our friend. What's her name? Sif? There we go. Sif, yep. Luckily for them subtitles, huh? And all right, so we've got a nice little, it's actually one more member of our entourage. We have a bunch of friends that we roll around with and I guess rearrange teeth with, because we talk about it, and, you know, ooh, who's led you into battles that have been some of your best battles? And, you know, they definitely go around, and it seems like they kind of like to stir a ruckus up every once in a while. Like, Thor certainly does not back down from a good battle. And or speaking of good battle, we've got a tremendous one going on here. There are a whole bunch of dark elf guards that are attacking us, and we've got a little meter up top, and it says we got to take out 25 of them. And we've got that number down to 18 right now, and all right. So I was trying to be all awesome and take them out with my lightning here, but it doesn't seem to take them out. And these guys do seem a little stronger than your average minions here. They do take a couple of butt slams or cha-cha-cha-cha-chas, just depending on how you go about it. I do get a nice little multiplier up here, though. As you can see, I've got a 7, and 8 times now, and oh. I don't know if I hit the 10 or not. But I definitely keep it pretty high for a while, and I miss quite a bit of studdage there. I mean, not that these silvers are going to get us much, even with an 8 times, but hey, a stud is a stud, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we've got through that list of bad guys there, and as soon as we get that checked off, ooh, this little portal vortex kind of opens up and destroys this giant door in the back, and some other shenanigans. So something else is going on here, but basically what we need to do is we need to advance and actually hop into that room. And we should... Oh, wait, more bad guys. Ooh, we got a nice multiplier. Ooh, we might hit that 10. Yay! Look at that. We hit the 10x. Bring it. We'll take it. And I think there's a whole bunch of studs we can pick up, too. I should have acted a little more quickly here and gone over to the right-hand side, because there looks like there might even be a blue over there. But I smashed down the rest of the door, and I advance in, and it gives us this quick little scene. Uh-oh. You guys know who that is. That's Curse. Curse is not to be messed with. In the movie, he is gnarly, and I mean super gnarls, like Gnarls Barkley gnarly. And, all right, so he runs off, thank gosh, because we don't want to deal with him, at least not right now. We do eventually have to take on Curse and battle him, but we've got some tricks up our sleeve that'll help us get through that. So, all right, in this new room, after Curse runs through and evades us, we're going to go ahead and go towards kind of the middle right side of the room here and destroy any boxes with any glowing bits inside. Eventually, we get a bunch of bouncing bricks on the middle of the floor here, and we will build those up, I promise. I was having a hard time getting the right spot here. It was kind of a funny angle for me. But here's that battering ram I was promising a little bit ago. And we build up the first half of it, by destroying those boxes. And then this guy comes in and launches this weird, here's another portal slash vortex-y thing here. I'm sure there's a name for it, and I missed it for the story version, but I might be able to correct myself in the free play. If you guys happen to know if like that has an actual name of the something, you know, let me know, and I'll try to refer to that as the correct term in the free play when we return. All right, you can see the vortex. See, it's like a grenade, but it like sucked. I remember in the movie, it was like an implosion grenade. And maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just an implosion grenade that sucks anything and everything around it in and destroys it. And in some cases, gives us some bricks for destroying local or nearby items. So there appears to be, I believe, 3 phases of this battering ram buildup. First one was for destroying the boxes, and the second 2 are related to those imploding grenades or whatever that portal vortex thing is called. And once we get this third wave of bad guys taken off here, we should be able to walk up to that battering ram and hit the triangle or Y button to go ahead and enter it and treat it like a vehicle. So, yep, you can see I got the icon popping up now, even though I still have a character left. So maybe you don't have to take all the characters out. Maybe you can just walk up to it. And it is kind of a funny thing, but you press it, everybody approaches it, we walk, and ready? Booyakashow!
Too late. My lump of a son Thor added Malekith's escape to his considerable list of heroic failures. His only option was to seek the help of his brilliant brother, cruelly locked away and forgotten in Asgard's dungeons. Defying my orders, they fled Asgard through secret ways long forgotten. And together as brothers, they stood to face our greatest foe.
Woohoo! We find ourselves now in control of Loki. I believe Thor's around here somewhere too. And what we're going to do here is build up some pieces that are floating around right where we start. And those are going to go into a hammer and chisel, which Loki can use his telekinetic powers to lift them up and chisel this nice little statue of himself, as well as show a nice crack in the wall there. So you know what we need now. We need old Thor to become all mighty and stuff and smash this crack over here. So we're going to switch to him eventually. Here we go. Nice little butt slam to take out all the bad guys. Oh, not all of them. A few of them anyways. And, oh, one last guy there. Okay, look at all that multipliage. And, all right, so we'll go ahead and target the crack in the wall. And, oh, look at that. It slams the statue all the way across and lands it right on Curse. So it basically scares him off and gives us a little bit of a break, or a continued break, I should say, from him. And, oh, he's back, and he's not happy. He's got one of those implosion grenades, and he's going to toss it at us here, I think. Well, maybe. It looks like he's going to. Yep, there it is, and booyakashow. Look at that. So it does try to suck us in here, and we got to spam the button indicated to go ahead and grab on and not get blown away. Oh, look at that guy. Watch out. That last step's a doozy. Okay, eventually it stops and we gain control of our characters again. And here in a second, we're actually going to have to go after Curse and fight him. But first, we're going to build up these bricks that were left behind from the portal. And we're going to go ahead and what do we find here? We actually find a couple of things here. We're going to use more telekinetic powers to go ahead and lift the shovel here in a second. But first, we got to go in the back and, well, here it is, I guess. So it wasn't just a second, it was a second. And all right, so we use the shovel and we get our digging on, and we reveal a big old brick that can be destroyed and smashed into some more pieces. But yeah, what do we do with these pieces? I'm not quite sure. Well, make sure you get them all slammed. As you can see, I don't quite have that big guy down yet. Well, I guess it's all part of the... Anyhow. Wow, what we're waiting for now is for me to realize that there are more shovels that need to be telekinetically moved around. And, ooh, look at that, a purple. And, okay, so now we've finally figured it out. We're moving Loki over. There's actually, what, 2 or 3 different shovel points here that we need to go ahead and dig up. And, all right, we got the next one that was needed. And now the shovel moves over there, indicating that there is yet more stuff to be dug up. But keep in mind, we do need to smash the pieces that we build or dig up in order to build up into something bigger. But we got at least one more shovel left, so switch back on over to Loki, and we'll go ahead and lift it up. Come on. Come on, there we go. And here we go. Dig, 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 dig. What are we going to find? It's not any treasure. It's just another big old piece of metal. I'm sure it's something like, I don't know what that is, if I'm being honest. All right, third time's the charm. We use the shovel 3 times. We destroy all the pieces we dug up, and we can build those remaining bricks into, what is this? It looks like it's some sort of a spaceship. Spaceship! Spaceship! And we're going to go ahead and look at that. It's got a shock panel on it, so we're going to switch to Thor, charge up his hammer, and you guessed it, pump it up. So here we go. We got our Thor's hammer charged, and it's kind of a funny angle. We might have to fly to get up to that thing. And look at those guys. Those guys are shocked to see me. All right, we finally get it. It charges up, takes us to a nice little camera pan here, and booyakashow! It lands right on top of Curse, and he's gone, right? Battle over. Nope, not the case. Not the case. But luckily for us, it is handled in a QuickTime event. So he pops out, and we're going to go ahead and hit the icon indicated over our head. And once we successfully complete this sequence, it actually takes us into a nice little cutscene. And then we'll go after the big guy, Malekith.
Alas, my favorite son. A cold man, yes, but a giant in his way. Gave his very life for Goldilocks, the hammer lover. By more luck than design, my lesser son and his girlfriend managed to return to Earth and regroup with the rabble they call friends. They hatched a plan that held the very future of the universe in its balance.
Thor, are you there? You've been off the grid a while now. Our sensors are detecting abnormal energy around your location. Are you triggering that?
Well, as you probably noticed there, Malekith and Thor disappeared into some sort of portal there. And now we've got control of Jane Foster and old Eric Selvig. And we got to take out a bunch of these bad guys. So they're more of the dark elf guards here, and then we got to put out this fire over on the right-hand side. So there's a helicopter that's crashed and it's burning away, and there's supposed to be some blue and white bricks over by the crash site, and for some reason I didn't see them. They're in the front right side over there. So I come over here in the back left and I try to butt slam. I'm just trying to find anything because I got to put out the fire. Oh, and there they are. They're kind of hidden over here, but you can see the glowing bits behind the gate there. Once you smash everything over in this bottom right corner, you will be able to build up the rest of the sprinkler system, and then it actually pans over and spawns a few more bad guys and actually shows us a techno panel. So we'll go ahead and hop over there and spam the button indicated to go ahead and fill up the meter here. So first we had to hit the circle button. Now we're hitting square, 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 and all the way filled up it goes. And look at that water go down the hose. That's right. I'm rhyming on the fly here because I'm that kind of guy. All right, moving along. All right, so basically we've got some studs, and there's a couple of flowers that have spawned over there too. And if I'm being honest, I believe if you take those out, it gives you a character token. But we'll come back in free play for sure and get those and see what we can find. But feel free to kind of check those out if you want. You know, as we always recommend, it's better to wait until free play to get all your collectibles because less opportunity for any kind of game mess ups or, you know, bugs or anything like that. All right, so we've smashed the helicopter once the fire was put out. We rebuilt the pieces that we found into some sort of, I don't know, I think it's called a gravimetric spike. I could be wrong on that, but it's some sort of like scientific smart stuff that Selvig puts together. And we're basically trying to pinpoint and get Thor and well, I guess, and Malekith back, but really we're just trying to target Thor. And so once we get the spike up, it actually reveals a scan point. So switch on over to Jane Foster and go ahead and get your scan on. And when in doubt, move that reticle around and spam that button as much as you can. And eventually you'll find that fourth point. and or all 4 points, I guess. I'm not sure you had the first one, but all right. Once we return, we can see that we've also brought back Malekith with us, and he's got some hearts now. So we're gonna go ahead and get up close and personal and try to take him out. So we get a couple of hearts removed, and then he disappears, and he spawns a whole bunch of his minions. So we'll take those guys out. You can see there was a 15 count up top there, and I gotta be honest, Thor's hammer does a pretty good job of taking these guys out in one fell swoop. Problem is, it takes a while to get in and out, as far as like throwing it, waiting it for it to kind of boomerang back, you know. So, you know, it's up to you. Whatever method you like to use to dispatch of these bad guys, feel free. We're going to go ahead and do some butt slams, use the hammer occasionally, and try to get as many studs as possible with that stud multiplier. You can see here we've got almost the halfway point here. We got, what, 360k was the thing? So we're a long ways away from getting that, and this is the final battle right here, or the final battle. And really, it kind of is the final battle for us because we've already completed all of the rest of the story, and after this, we're moving on to the free play. So we're going to start getting all those collectibles, including some red bricks and character tokens, of course, mini kits as well. So yeah, this is pretty epic for us, and as you can see here, yeah, you remember this? This was a weird moment where the portal brings in this giant beast. I don't know what those things are called, but I'm sure glad we do not have those floating around on Earth. And we did find the little Easter egg moment at the end of the Thor: The Dark World movie. It actually showed that big guy running around like, you know, the movie's been solved, the bad guy's gone and everything, but at the very end, there's like this little moment where that thing's running through causing a ruckus. It's pretty crazy. All right, we've built another spike on the left-hand side with some items that were destroyed for us. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. And we'll go ahead and spin to win that, easy for me to say, huh? That spin terminal there, that push lever. And once we do it, actually reveals a scan point in the back there. So we'll go ahead and switch on over to Jane one more time and get our scan on. Look at that. Selvig looks a little funny. He looks like one of those little scanners at like the airport or whatever when you got to go, you know, little X-ray cam. All right, what does the scan reveal? This time it reveals, oh, wait for it. Oh, it's a little cinematic moment here. Oh, that's right. He gets all tough and thinks he's super cool, and we have to shut him down now. So it's like critical time right now, and we've got 25 more bad guys we got to take out. And once we get all those guys dispersed, we should be able to run up and rearrange that beautiful smile Malekith was just sporting there in that little cutscene there. So, all right, so butt slam, you know, boomer Thor hammer, I don't know what you want to call it, but take out all the guys, whichever preference you have, whichever's quickest and easiest for you. And for us, it's kind of a mixture. You know, I got to be honest, I really like hitting the old circle button when it gives us the option to take out the guys. The only problem is it takes a little bit longer, but the bonus of that is it actually stops your multiplier, puts it on pause mode for a second. So it is kind of an efficient way to build up a multiplier. But it does take a little bit longer to go through the animation of, you know, grabbing, slamming, tossing, whatever it is that your character you have selected does. So, and you can see there too, it was also giving us an opportunity to do a buddy attack. But all right, here we go. Oh, I love that. I'll accept your surrender now. And he's pretty good at dropping a line and making everybody laugh, and then making them wish they would have accepted his offer, huh? Thor's pretty awesome. I gotta be honest. He's a pretty tough dude. He's a manly man. All right, hit the button indicated, and eventually you'll go up and pow him right in the kissa. Take us to the final cutscene.
So despite everything, the big lug won the day with the considerable sacrifice of his brilliant brother. What a shameful waste. If only Loki had lived to rule Asgard, what a king he would have made. Glorious and
burdened with glorious purpose.
Booyakashow! Lost in the Aether trophy achievement is now ours for completing the level. We actually have access to all of the free play levels now, and we're going to go ahead and take those on here in a second. We got over our 1.5 recommended stud requirement. We didn't get the requirement for the level. That was a little unfortunate, but oh well. We'll be back with some red bricks to go ahead and make that easier for us. We did unlock quite a few new characters here for just simply completing this, so this will make it a lot easier, and I'm sure we're going to use a couple of these characters along the way for our free playage. And yeah, well, what did you guys think? Did you guys have a blast? Ooh, look at this. We even get a few vehicles. I'm not sure we've actually seen that chart pop up yet. But we saw Lee, did not free him, but we'll be back to freely. And we'll get those mini kits and the rest of the gold bricks as well. So, hey, you guys, this final screen can only mean one thing, that's going to wrap up LEGO Avengers Level 10 story, Lost in the Aether. We've had an absolute blast going through these story levels with you. It's going to be even more fun to go through and grab all these collectibles. If you guys have any questions, requests, suggestions, anything like that, maybe we missed something, maybe you got something to add, whatever it is, head on over to our social pages like Facebook, Twitter, or simply comment and leave your questions down below, I guess. And of course, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like something about the video, go ahead and thumbs down us and then let us know. We're always about improving, as you know. Your feedback is key to our growth and success around here, so there's no such thing as a negative comment to us, so please let us know how we can improve, if we in fact can improve. And as for me, I'm really excited. I'm going to roll out now and get going on the free play. So as always, until next time, hey, I told you I was excited. Let's not waste any more time.